I'm ready.
All right. So, when we last left our group, you had been invited to visit Hydemark Manor uh, from Sheila Hydemark, and so now you are on your way to Magnamar.
Back to good old Magnamar.
Like, are we on board a ship at this point? Is that the idea?
Yeah, you're
I
on
think
board.
so,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Logie is rather preoccupied and yeah, seems out of sorts.
Never got a report from Steve, did I?
You did not. I'm writing it currently, though.
Okay. Well, at least there's
Been a
Definitely
busy
something on
week.
board ship.
Yeah. It's been a busy week.
I can attest to that. For myself, anyway. I don't know about for you guys.
So, Logie, what has you down?
Just memories and events when I was last in the city.
How
I
long ago
wasn't
was that?
expecting to be not very long, just the duration of my Pathfinder training in Absalom. I was not expecting to return this soon.
There aren't going to be any unpleasant surprises when you return, are there?
I hope not.
Okay, sounds good.
Depends on how good I am at keeping my head down. At least for now.
We were all originally from Magnamar, is that right?
I don't think you were all
Uh,
from there. I think at least one of you was not.
Ivan is not originally from Magnamar, but has lived there for some time.
Yeah, I know a few people moved to Magnamar. I thought that was where most of us sort of started it.
Yeah, I think so as well.
It's too bad Sky couldn't join us.
Yeah, it's too bad. Um, can I get Helena's token again? It seems to have disappeared. You're not out of pizza. You've got a whole bunch of pizza. Look at all that pizza. That's so much pizza.
Mmm, pizza. Actually, that is one thing that I'll be doing while we're on this journey, is asking Ivan about his faith.
Ivan will tell you all about Radaghost. So many things.
Excellent. Vandris is actually keenly interested and records whatever you tell him.
There's almost nothing to tell you, but Ivan repeats a lot of things
Okay.
in different forms,
Just rephrases them?
more or less.
The circular gospel according to Radaghost.
Yeah. Well, there's like 3 things to know about Radaghost. There are very few stories. So Ivan regales you with the story of how when Radaghost was still mortal, that there was a woman who was in love with him, but another man was in love with the woman, and so he stole Radaghost's cloak to pretend to be him, so that the woman would sleep with him. And when Radaghost found out about this, he was furious.
That seems like an
Someone
awful
would take
plan,
the
though.
cloak. It is an awful plan, but it's actually one of the stories of the mythological figure Radaghost.
Orion just doesn't believe you, like, at all. You can't believe anyone would be that stupid.
Maybe he got her really drunk.
Maybe.
Mythologies seem to be full of things like that.
Yes, or Radaghost was only upset because someone took his cloak.
Okay.
That's the story I've got.
Okay.
There's like no other stories about Radaghost. Yet. But yeah, Ivan explains that it's because it was a breach of hospitality that Radaghost was upset, not because of the deceit, not because of anything else or what it was used for. He was upset that the sanctity of one's own person was not respected. In fact, as he's telling you it, he changes the story some. That what? Well, why not? He changes the story some. That he decides that Radaghost was a guest in the other person's house, which is how they got his cloak.
Well, Vandris, being a meticulous note keeper, refers back to the notes he's taken and says, "But here you said."
And Ivan says yes, and I apologize for leaving that detail out.
Okay. Politics and religion.
And that is now the story of Radaghost's cloak. Oh!
Moral of the story: don't borrow other people's clothes.
Yes, don't
Correct.
ever ask to borrow Ivan's cloak. So,
No, asking is okay.
Okay, just don't take
Do not take my cloak when I am staying with you
cough,
without
cough,
my
Logan.
permission.
Cough.
Unless the cloak is locked, I don't think Logie has much interest in it.
Okay, well there you
Nope,
go.
not so much. I mean, you could put it behind a really interesting, closet door, then maybe.
You
Then
find the
then
door
I-
open, but nothing missing.
I would say then I really still don't care about the cloak. Totally unconcerned.
Okay. So, you make it to Magmar safely, and then head straight to Hydemark Manor, which is one of the great mansions in Magnamar. Big stone walls surrounding large gates, which remain open during the day. People coming in and out. As you make your way up, you're asked to wait in the foyer.
Foyer of darkness. This part of the test.
Can you not see?
Nope.
Nope,
That's-
just a black screen.
I forgot to give everybody sight. Hold on.
I also see nothing.
It's part of the test. Ooh.
Remember, I have 60-foot dark vision. I don't know if that's something you need to set now.
Not right now.
Okay.
Alright, can everybody see now?
Nope.
No.
No.
That would still be black. Just a black square.
Yep.
Yep.
I offer, this is a very dark foyer you have.
How about now?
Hey!
I am pleased to see your foyer.
Is that appropriate?
Thank you for welcoming me into your foyer.
Very nice grounds.
I am unable to click on my token. I don't know if I need to right now, but I am unable to. Yes! I may now enter the foyer.
Admire the koi as you go by.
I still love that token. It's great.
I've been finding other pictures of him. It's apparently a 1973 film about Ivan the Terrible traveling through time.
Sounds like I can't miss.
It's in Russian, so I haven't actually watched any of it.
That sounds magical. Okay.
I guess this is the foyer up here. This
Right here, yeah.
this just looks like a porch. Ooh, fancy. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, for the record, I did just Google Ivan the Terrible travels through time. I had
Amazing,
to.
isn't it? It's amazing. I know nothing about the plot. I just know that I love every picture I see from it. Look.
Alright. I'll move Helena along because obvious reasons. As you wait, Sheila walks in, followed closely by a fairly attractive half-elven woman. Does
I'll be right
anyone
back, guys.
acknowledge local?
I do.
I think I do.
Boom.
Yeah, Logi, you recognize the half-elven woman as Koraya Azerman. She's one of the most well-regarded and famous Pathfinder agents in Varissia. Vendris, you have the same information.
Okay. I still grin at her.
Looks like we all know things.
Yes. Except for Ivan, because he's gone.
What was her name?
Koraya Azerman. K-O-R-I-A-H-A-Z-M-E-R-E-N. Azmerin. Sorry, I was mispronouncing it. You should be able to see her thing in the NPC tab.
Yep.
And are we going to continue to have access to those sheets?
Yes.
Okay. So if I butcher spelling in my notes, I can come back and correct it.
Yes. That is, in fact, a fact. As Sheila approaches, she says in a rather deep voice, "I apologize for the delay, but I must conclude my business with Pathfinder Azmerin before we meet. In the meantime, though, I thought you could help us with another minor issue. The stone coffer is an ancient Macedonian puzzle, a cunning feat of magical engineering known as a paradox box. As you'll see from even a casual investigation, what appear to be seams on the sides are only shallow grooves. There's no obvious way to open the thing. Each paradox box has its own secret method of being opened. Essentially, a paradox box substitutes hidden caches and magical triggers for a lock. Given time, anyone clever enough could figure out how to open a paradox box, just as given time a locksmith can open any lock. This particular box was among those items recovered by Koraya. The scrolls next to the box are her preliminary notes on possible triggers or methods for opening it, but she's not yet had a chance to sit down and properly investigate the thing. So why don't you put your heads together and see if you can do that for me? Even if the box is empty, I suspect it probably is. Knowing the method of opening makes it a valuable find anyway. I'll return shortly and hope to see the box open. Think of this as an audition, if you will, because the actual task I want to speak to you about soon will require as much wit as brawn. Now, if you'll please follow me into the library." And then you do. Follow her into the library. There you are. See the library. And she goes off to talk to Koraya.
We've got this covered. Logie, here's the best locksmith I've ever seen.
So as Logie goes to look at the box, he's disappointed to find that it doesn't actually have any mechanisms to it. There aren't any mechanical components. So there is actually no way to pick this lock.
Is that a disappointment or a challenge?
It just makes it all the more interesting. Where are these notes?
Alright, here we go. Looking at the notes. One of the scrolls lists translations of the significant runes on the box.
What language are the runes on the box?
It's in Thessalonian.
Fortunately, I read that.
So do I.
Yeah.
Seems to be a common language.
We should just all talk in Thessalonian.
Good.
Hey now.
Alright, one of the observations in the scrolls is that 5 of the box's faces are identical. But on one face, several additional runes appear. These runes spell out the word cruel. She's also noted that each individual rune in the word can be reorganized by touching 2 runes at once. Doing so causes the 2 touched runes to exchange places for an hour before reverting to their original spelling.
Sea rule. No.
Are we supposed to make a different word or something?
You can try. You are allowed to switch a letter for another.
Eckrol?
Ivan thinks out loud, just saying terribly spelled non-words. Lurs.
Lurku?
Curl is an actual word with spells.
Sea lore.
Another one of the notes mentions that no, it doesn't.
A puzzle box would essentially be like a lockbox of sorts, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Idea would be to enclose valuables of some kind. What would be another word for valuables?
Wealth?
There's a phrase that I've run across before that I think may shed some light. Possibly lucre?
I'm also familiar with this term.
I believe it's. I'm no, linguist, mind you, but I've run across the phrase "filthy lucre" before. I believe that phrase would be in reference to ill-gotten gains or something
I-
something of
I've
that
been-
nature.
Ivan pats you on the back and says, "Give it a go."
Thessalonian theme.
So I guess I'll go ahead and rearrange the letters. You said you touch 2 of them at a time.
I think Vandris is already doing this.
All right. Which 2 do you want to touch?
I guess I'll start with the C and the L. The U and the R. Trying to remember. L-U.
The C and the R, and then the R and the E.
Yeah, I think I've got it.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, that looks right.
The seams on the box glow bright white before opening up, and out pop these little buggers.
What?
Ivan declares, "This is not treasure."
Well, I guess it might depend on your definition of treasure.
Are these somebody's pets?
Ill-gotten gains is always treasure in my book.
No, but go ahead and roll for initiative.
Okay.
Ah, damn it.
Yay, I got
Avoid
5.
spirit.
There we go. There.
All right. Who are we missing? Helena, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does not have an initiative thing on her token thing, so maybe character sheet.
I mustn't have clicked my token.
Core. Initiative.
Ivan waits patiently to see what everyone does.
Ivan, Vandris, Logi, Helena, Orion.
Yeah, I've rolled, it's just not on the tracker.
You need to really work on that. Alright, you got a 20 point what?
22.14.
Alright, so that means descending. And Orion. These things come out and they immediately just start trying to break things.
Can I do a knowledge check to identify what they are?
Yes. Go ahead and roll a knowledge nature.
Okay, so I can't do that. I'm just going to shoot one of them.
Okay.
This will be at a -4,
So they're just trying to wreck the place?
so 13.
That should hit. -4 just hits. And,
That'll also provoke as well,
just
I
give me a
think.
second.
I think it would only provoke if they have reach.
I need you to roll another attack roll with it.
I remember these things.
That's
12
the
won't hit, yeah.
As you draw to pull back, you get a twinge in your back, and it makes you just twitch a little bit, and what would have been a deadly hit to the head barely scrapes the hair on his ear. Helena's
Filthy
gonna go,
creature.
and she's 5 feet away. Shriel, are you with us? Well,
Guess that's a no, or not able to speak at the moment.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go ahead and make a regular attack with a glaive, and then do the second roll. Alright, so misses. Not lucky. Vandris, it is your turn.
We have disadvantage against these.
Yes. And as Helena swings at it, and misses, she actually chips off a piece of the table.
Okay.
Vandris, it's your turn.
I will attack this one right in front of me here.
Okay.
Drawing my longsword. Oh, and before I do that, I'm going to make a knowledge check.
Okay.
Knowledge nature, you said, right?
Yep.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, you do.
So I will just... but it's making a mess of the place, so I will attack it here.
Mhm.
So my longsword? Yes, I have my longsword.
Roll
Oh,
again.
man! No! Come on, double crit.
It's okay because you have to double crit confirm too. Alright, well that's still gonna hit. The
Okay.
one directly in front of you?
Yes, the one that's beside Orion here. This one.
Yeah. You managed to, well, especially because you had the flanking bonus, but yeah, as
Oh.
it sort of dodged and it looked like it was about to try and hit something on the table, one of the books on the table, just try and stab it through. You run your sword through and it poofs into sort of glittery dust.
I was trying to destroy books. That's unacceptable.
Logi.
I suppose. And wow, that was just terrible all the way around.
Oh, but you got another crit that they
Well, but
Wouldn't have
there was
confirmed
no
anyway.
way I
Neither
could.
of them would have.
Yeah. So nope, that didn't work.
And more breaking things, I think.
Alright.
So I have to roll twice when I have my attack? Is
Yeah.
that the...
Before you go, I'm gonna go ahead and insert this guy because he should have gone before, but since I deleted instead of putting an X, I'm a rookie. Alright, Logi missed, and you actually almost, your arrow plinks off the side of Ivan's armor, actually.
I give Logie a look of, like, the face that's in my token. That token just, that's what happens.
Alright, it goes and let's see, what's it gonna do?
Surrender.
It's the only logical thing for it to do. We have it
Apologies.
surrounded.
Pay for the damages.
It looks at a scroll at its feet and looks like it really wants to do it and then thinks better of it and decides to attack Ivan.
Oh, thank goodness.
And so,
I taunted into doing so.
yes.
Oh,
I would
no.
rather attack me than attack the foyer.
Ivan is still flat-footed.
That does not hurt Ivan.
I didn't think it was going to be that much of a disadvantage.
20 hit?
20 hits.
Alright.
Ivan's death is swift but just.
Just.
Well, I'd say if he fails to protect his host's home from harm,
That's right.
Ooh,
he's
alliteration.
gonna be erased to see if he either offs himself or the NPC does it.
Oh, we don't need no paladin committing seppuku. Come on.
Let's see.
I don't know.
Let's see if this does any damage.
I get better.
It's always one.
I
So
believe
you
it's
take-
a minimum one.
He tries to plunge his dagger into your neck, and it sort of gets a little bit of blood as you take one non-lethal, but it's more of a punch to the neck than anything because he can't quite get through the chain.
Aha. This
All right,
makes me
now-
tempted to bear hug him instead of cut him in half. I'm gonna cut him in half though.
Well, okay. Yes, you are. So,
I would like to use the first damage roll.
well, I was gonna make you do the first damage roll regardless.
Yeah.
So you bring your axe down, and it cleaves him straight from the head all the way through to his foot, and you bury your axe in the table and cut one of the scrolls in half. And now
I
your
shout,
axe
no!
is stuck. Your axe is stuck in the table.
No! I fall to my knees and curse my axe. Said I am a terrible guest.
I'll cast mending on the
Sheila
table.
and Karaya run in, weapons drawn, and
Ladies, it's okay. We have this covered. We got your box open for you.
oh, very good.
I say I'm so sorry for your table. This kind of behavior is not acceptable. I apologize.
We
We're
can
having
always get
harm.
more.
I nod. All right.
The box contained a pair of critters. Don't know what kind they were, though.
Actually, I want to go and check what else is in the box when I can too.
Just give me a second. The box lays open now. Inside, it contains 3 garnets, a masterwork silver dagger, a magic ring. Which Sheila is going to let you keep as repayment for helping her open it, but she's going to keep the box.
Okay.
+2 to identify the ring. So 15.
Karaya sheathes her weapons, and bows to, gives Sheila a polite bow, and they bid farewell. And she looks at your group and says, "Well, good luck," and then leaves.
Andres looks crestfallen.
I know. Your bay has left,
Oh well, there'll be others.
I'm sure. Of that, I have no doubt. Sheila composes herself and readjusts her dress. Says, "First, allow me to apologize for that unpleasantness regarding the gremlins, but it does provide an excellent object lesson. The life of an adventurer is not one for the weak-hearted. That you not only took care of the gremlins, but also got the box open in the first place, is all the confirmation I need that my gut was right. You're the perfect group for the job I have in mind. You see, I've recently had trouble with one of my informants here in Magnamar, Natalia Van Kaskerkin. She's a half-Farisian who recently approached the Pathfinder Society with an offer to see as a street informant. She runs with the Cesarni. I'm not sure which group. A week ago, Natalia sent me a cryptic hint that her gang was on the verge of uncovering an item that would be of great interest to the Society. Since Cesarni's methods of uncovering something often involves an armed robbery or breaking into someone's personal chambers, we thought it prudent not to press into further details and instead wait to see what would produce. Suffice to say, she hinted strongly that it pertained to Thassalon, and promised to meet with me to discuss this find 3 days ago. She never kept that promise. Instead, she seems to have vanished. Initially, I assumed that the acquisition of this item was simply taking longer than expected, but now I'm hearing rumors that the Cesarni are looking for her as well. It seems that Natalia... Excuse me. It seems likely that Natalia has absconded with the item she's discovered, and this is where you enter, my friends. I want to know what it was Natalia and the Cesarni found. In fact, I'm more interested in that than what happened to Natalia herself. For now, I'd like to keep all of this quiet. You can find out what happened to Natalia without letting a lot of people know she was also working for me as an informant. That would be preferable. It's a big part of why I'm coming to you as new members of the Pathfinder Society with this task. You don't yet have a reputation in Magnamar, and as such, the lowlives and criminals you are likely to encounter may be more likely to talk. So, go out there and look for Natalia. Find out what happened to her, and to this item she and her gang discovered. If you can secure the item, all the better. Bring it back to me and you'll have a reward of 500 gold pieces for you. And if you can bring back Natalia alive for me to speak to, I'll double it.
Where was she last seen? Do you know?
Let me check my notes. I don't know, but you might check with the Cesarni.
What do I know of this Cesari?
Make a knowledge local.
Knowledge local.
There are 6 Orion knows, and as does Logi, that there are 6 major gangs in the city. The Creepers, the Dulans... David, what are you doing? Really? Why are you walking around with your pants down? Okay. The Dulun's lads, the Gallowed, the Tower Girls, the Washside Ringers, and the Wreckwash Blades. The Gallowed are the most powerful gang in the city. She also tells you that when Natalia initially approached her, she engaged the aid of a man known as the Amazing Zagrathi, who's a fortune teller down in Washer's Row.
That sounds like a lead.
Yes. She doesn't really have any more information, as she's a highfalutin noble, and she doesn't really have too many ties in that. With that, she asks you if there's anything else you require.
Any chance of an advance to cover costs?
She'll give you 100 gold startup for any needed gear.
That'll be much appreciated.
That's to split between us?
Yes. The reward is split between you all, not each.
Did she give any indication about what they found, or any hints or anything?
She has no idea.
And no idea which one of the gangs, not even an inkling of which gang she was actually a member of.
No.
Uh-huh.
I think we should really go chat up the tower girls. I think they would know something.
Are we going to have to restrain you?
I'm just making a suggestion. I mean, I'm open to others.
Open. That Sheila leaves, and a little bit later, a man puts a bag of gold on the table and then walks out without saying anything.
Who's he?
You assume some sort of butler or servant.
Okay.
You guys are free to talk about where you're going to start.
Well,
I mean, the gangs would be the more dangerous of the options, I imagine.
Zagathi seems to be a more concrete lead, since he specifically had dealings with her.
Do we know anything about Zagathi?
Be amazing. Does anybody know where we would find him?
Yes. Washer's Row. In the dockway.
I think that would be the most prudent beginning option, because I think just blindly trying to flail about asking gangs, by the way, do you know this person? Probably would not be a good way to remain unnoticed for long.
I'll agree with that assessment.
The other thing we may want to give some thought to is if we're going to be keeping Sheila's connection out of this. What's going to be our cover for why we're looking into it?
That's a very good question.
We can just keep it really vague. Our employer wishes to know where she is, and leave it at that. It's telling the truth without giving away info.
Mm-hmm.
But it probably wouldn't be too hard for people to determine who our employer is. So.
Well, she
Yeah,
did choose us because we are unknown.
Well, we're unknown, but we're still pathfinders, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and you would have to think that any form of semi-competent, criminal group might, try to keep tabs on the local goings-on of the Pathfinder Society.
Again, I think given time that might be true, but she chose relatively unknowns because it would take time for people to start making those connections.
That's true.
Does Logie have any knowledge of the gangs?
I suppose I can find out.
I mean, I grew up in the Underbridge, so I imagine I could as well.
Yes.
I certainly would have had dealings with them. But, yeah, well, and I've only been gone for a few months, I would think, at most.
Okay. Actually, does anybody actually know who the amazing Zagrathi is? They met him or something?
That's a knowledge local.
I don't believe so.
Knowledge local for the win.
I mean, I can just sit here and spam the knowledge local button if that's what we want.
Same.
Otherwise, I guess we can just go talk to him.
The group sits together, trying to remember things.
Mogi scratches his head.
I assist.
Knowledge local.
Do you remember that thing? That other one with the guy?
Yeah.
You know the one.
You know of the amazing Zagrathi. You also know that he often works as a middleman between Cesarni and outsiders. But he does not work for free.
Looks like our
Again, we
advance.
just got 100. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably a wise course of action.
Okay, well, let's head out.
All right. You make your way to the dockway. Let's get you out of Highmark Manor and into the real world. There you go. So, at the southern end of Washer's Row, a tattered banner hanging over the entrance of a small side street advertises Professor Calavario's stupendous exhibition of the outrageous and sublime. Beyond this overly exuberant advertisement is a squalid setup consisting of little more than a series of rundown sideshow booths and carts with assorted games and amusements for the meaner sort. To one side, urchins pitch pennies at lily pads floating in a small scum-covered fountain while a bored carny looks on. Nearby, the sound of cats hissing and fighting arises from the cart. From behind a cart, where a small crowd of ne'er-do-wells is gathered to cheer and place bets. Everywhere lurk faces pinched with suspicion or hunger, expressions worn by carnival workers and visitors alike. This is not the sort of place to be careless with a coin pouch.
Okay.
I make sure not to be careless. And I definitely don't tell any of them how low my perception check is.
Does anybody other than Vandriz want to take point on this? Or shall I just blunder my way through?
Blunder away, my good friend.
Okay. Well, I guess the first thing is to look for a tent or something, indication of the amazing Zagrathi. If not, then I will just ask somebody.
Alright, you stop and ask a stooped old barker that has a retching cough, and he points you down the way to the abode of the amazing Zagrathi. It's a well-patched tent, crudely painted with mystical symbols, decorated with chicken bones and other oddments. Within the stuffy, cluttered tent is a table covered in blue velvet, stitched with moons, stars, and arcane symbols. A dusty crystal ball and a dog-eared hollow deck sit upon it. Behind the table sits an aged, bald Varisian man with threadbare purple robes and piercing eyes.
Can I do a spellcraft or arcana check to see if he's like making this shit up or if it's actually like spell components?
Knowledge Arcana? Yeah, it's gibberish.
Good to know.
Probably like found some wizard's spellbook and thought some of the things looked cool.
I'll quietly relay that to the group.
Mr. Zagrathi, amazing Zagrathi, we come seeking your counsel.
The amazing Zagrathi sees all and knows all. A double fist of silver for a turn of the cards or a vision in the crystal. A treble fist of gold for the secrets of the multiverse.
Good question. How much is a fist of silver?
5 pieces.
Yeah, about that.
This is why we need a halfling in the group.
Quick, who has the smallest hands?
I mean, I've got alter
It's
self.
a-
I can
it's-
become a
it's-
halfling.
It's actually 10 silver pieces.
Okay.
And how much is the other one?
3 fists of gold.
Yes. So
We have
15
lost
gold.
someone, and we're hoping that your mystical insight might be able to uncover their whereabouts.
Ah, secrets. Perhaps my greatest trade. That'll be 50 gold.
Did you say 50?
Yes, that is what he said.
Seems kind of steep. I look at the rest of the group.
I mean, he doesn't
Ivan shakes his
seem like
head.
someone I would want to threaten, really, if he's got ties to the gang.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
He's got ties to the gang, so I wouldn't really want to try and threaten him or fuck with him too much.
I wasn't about to threaten him, but... Wait,
I was just thinking that I could, because I mean, I know he's just a charlatan.
I will pass the hat around. Does anybody else want to contribute to the Zagrathi Fund?
Logie will drop in 10 gold.
Yeah, I'll drop him in 10 gold as well.
I put up my hand, and I am going to attempt to diplomacy at him.
Alright, diploma.
I shall diplome so hard.
Don't pull a Vandrus.
I will try not to pull a Vandrus.
Hey, I make no claim to have diplomacy ranks.
Not a great roll, but okay. I say that this is impertinence to somebody who he has worked with recently. And we fear that they may have been harmed. Really, what we're trying to do is to restore his customer base.
Very well, you have appealed to my generous nature. 25 gold pieces.
I add
Take
5 gold to
back out of the
the
hat.
hat.
Deleted the wrong one, what?
The wrong character sheet.
Oh.
There.
I deleted the one that said delete this.
Okay. Huh. It's curious because maybe it. Well, it could have been an error. No worries. I'll just have to redo it.
There were 2 identical ones. So.
You've been clawed.
I looked for any differences and I didn't see any.
One had inventory done, and the other had macros set up for token. But I can get the macros. That's not a big deal.
Right. David, what are you doing? Okay.
So I will pass the gold pieces over to him.
Do we want to just take that out of our 100 advance? Or do we each want to delete 5 off of our character sheets?
I kind of added the 20 from that 100 advance already.
Once you hand it to him, Zagrathi quickly and efficiently counts the gold, and then scoops it away into a wooden box. Places the box under the table. Says, "Very well. What would you like to know?"
We seek a woman named Natalia. She has gone missing as of late.
Okay. You wish to know where she is?
If the great Zagrathi can help us with whatever information he can divine about her whereabouts, we would be much appreciative.
I can tell you that the Cezani do not know where she is, though they are looking for her. Many people along the waterfront, both here in both here in the dockway and over at Beacon's Point and Underbridge, have been disappearing of late, a few each week. Many simply vanishing out of their beds at night. Suspect she's one of them.
That seems curious. Would you be able to know any hints or clues as to where we might look for her, or who might be responsible for these disappearances?
The leading theory is that the vanished folk are the victims of slavers.
Slavers. Quick GM question. Do slavers usually operate out of Magnamar?
It's not unheard of, but
Okay.
it's not a normal thing.
Ivan looks at him and says, "But you don't ascribe to the leading theory, do you?
No,
What do
I don't
you
for a
think?"
second. I don't know. It's strange for people to just disappear. No sign of struggle.
Is there any connection between the people that have disappeared?
None, other than that they are poor and it's been happening along the waterfront.
Do you have any insight as to where we may search for these slavers?
They,
I
the rumors are that they secretly sold offshore to Middle-East slavers who take them out in the middle of the night.
Middle-East.
I asked him if all of the disappearances have happened overnight.
Yes.
Well, that sounds like our next lead is to find out where these Middle-East, I assume that's a country, where these slavers are meeting on at night.
As you are leaving, Zagrathi clears his throat and holds up his empty palm one last time.
Um,
I give him a gold piece. Just one.
It quickly disappears into his robes. Says, "Now that I think about it, until recently, Natalia was a member of the Tower Girls."
the Tower Girls! I mean, the Tower Girls.
Ivan rolls his eyes.
David, stop. David,
Okay.
stop.
On a quick side note, did we do anything to identify that ring before we left?
David, come
All I
here.
recall was
rolled,
that it
but
was
I don't
magic.
think we.
Oh,
got
okay.
anything.
I still have a question mark down next to it, so that.
Oh, we still have those
Stop.
garnets as well, right?
Got it.
Yeah. Oh, I can. Hold on. Let me throw. When he gets back, he can look at it. I will throw that out there.
David, stop. Oh, the garnets are worth 50 each.
Okay.
Did you want to do
And
a
Did I
spellcraft
identify
on
the ring as well?
Yes.
Do we just want to start a loot thread after the game so we can post stuff up and see?
If you give me a second. That's the wrong.
Fantastic. All right, I'm all set up.
All players. Right. There's now a loot sheet.
Awesome.
Ooh.
There you go. Everybody wins.
Everybody's a winner.
Yes. Look at that. Okay. So where to now?
Well, he was starting to say that she was a member of the Tower Girls until recently.
Yes. Not only did he start to say that, he was done saying that.
Okay. What would have caused her to leave the gang? Or have we already walked out of the tent?
No.
I'm not
This
fairly
is the
certain.
expression he gives you.
I'm still in the tent.
What was the expression? I guess I didn't
It's
see
a
it.
blank stare.
Oh.
It's either he doesn't know or we haven't paid him enough to tell us. It's the
Or her disappearance is why she's no longer a member.
Or it's
that too.
not information that's suitable for sharing with Gorgios.
Hot.
We can tell Ivan to leave.
What? If Ivan leaves, Ivan takes Vandris with him.
We'll keep an eye on him, we promise.
Well, okay. Slavers or Tower Girls? I know what my vote is.
Do we know where Natalia lived? Could go check that out too.
Well, you can always try a gather information check.
Ooh. What is that based on?
Diplomacy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a thing that happens for me.
I
I'll try
diplome.
it, but I don't think it'll work either. Oh, Jesus.
You start asking around, I guess. Somebody has skill ranks.
Ivan diplomes.
Yes. Yes, he does. D4 plus 1 to see how many hours it takes.
All right.
Apparently,
Diplome for 3 long hours.
Ivan is able to learn as much as Vandris and Logi combined in that amount of time.
Do we split up and I come back and I'm like, I know all of that. Also, her mother's maiden name. This is her social security number. She never told anyone this, but when she was 8, she stepped on an ant and cried for an hour.
Is Ivan making this up?
No, Ivan doesn't say any of that.
I was going to say, considering who his deity is, I think, yes, there might be a good chance he's making this up.
You
What?
actually,
My name is so real.
Ivan, as you're handing out some pre-made pancakes to some urchins.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you're asking them if they've seen her, and one of them actually says that they saw her a couple weeks ago, and he tells you that it's this rundown shack. But Fence to the Blight has taken up residence there, so he doesn't want to go there anymore because it smells bad.
I respect his choices to protect his olfactory experience of life.
Right.
And that's what I tell him. And I pat him gently on the head and give the rest of the children pancakes as well. Because pancakes are not just for people who give me information. They're for everyone.
The address given is a squalid little shack in Underbridge.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I suggest we go to that.
Right. You find a partially collapsed warehouse. Inside the warehouse, he some sort of crude, like shelter made out of spare boards and discarded soiled linens. And rowboats in the corner.
Okay, so rundown shack, you said. Under the
Yes.
bridge?
And there's a sign that says that
Leave a light outside.
Okay.
and I'm going to subject you guys to my terrible, terrible accents in a second, so I apologize in advance.
Dun dun dun.
What do you think Fenster the Blight would like as a gift?
Maybe some soap?
I was thinking the same thing.
But would he appreciate that, or would he take offense at it?
I don't know. It depends on how he feels about, the way other people think of him. I don't know. Ivan, you're the resident expert on this sort of thing. What do you think?
I think everybody likes delicious food.
I'm kind of leaning towards everybody liking. Go ahead.
I was going to say a hot meal.
Which could be bought with gold.
Yep. Probably for about the same price as soap. and it's not insulting.
Yeah, depends on his opinion.
I'll toss 5 gold into the pot.
I mean, how much food are you trying to get him?
I'm gonna say that's a feast.
Alright,
Mhm.
just a second.
How much Zugmoidi was... I mean, we paid more than that just for some information before.
Right.
Really, you just want to buy your way through this adventure.
That's what money's for. In fact, the very first part of this
So
adventure said
you,
lucre.
You toss the thing in. Your 5 gold, you said?
Yeah, I think that's a fistful. Maybe it should have been silver. I don't know.
About just under a minute passes before he comes out and he looks at it and he gnaws on the gold and he sticks it in his belt. He looks up. He's this sort of wretched looking creature. There you go.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
He looks at you. Says, "What you want Fenster to do?"
Some information would be nice. About the previous occupant of the shack. This shack.
I don't know what
Of
you're
your
talking
abode.
about.
A lady named Natalia. Have you heard of her?
Yeah, I heard of her. She's one of them tower girls.
Do you know where she is?
Nah, I won't say no more about that without a better paying job.
Okay. I look at the rest of the group.
I ask politely if you would mind us looking around. I lean into him and say, I assure you we're not interested in the things that you're selling. We don't want to take anything. We just want to see.
You can have a look around, but Fenster will have his eye on you.
I say I would have it no other way. And I wink at him. And I look around
All right.
for clues.
Okay, make a perception.
I fail. I'm not going to roll. I fail. Okay, I'll roll anyway.
Logie see stuff.
This will be the one and only time I succeed at a roll, and it'll be hilarious. I percept.
Oh yeah, look at that.
You
I
find
percept
just
it.
a bunch of junk. But it does look like other people have lived here besides Fenster.
I
But it does
particularly
not look like they
for.
have lived here recently.
I'm curious about windows. Particularly any
There are less windows as much as holes in the wall.
I look for holes in the wall that are facing the water.
Okay. You find a couple.
Okay, that's what I was curious about. Are they large? Are any of them large enough that a person could pass through them?
Yeah.
Okay. I dutifully look at them and go, and I will never realize something before anyone else ever again for this whole game. One and only time.
But you own this time.
Yep. For the moment, I am Sherlock Holmes. Tomorrow, I will be nothing. I will be walking into walls. I didn't see that there. Excuse me, madam. Mr. Magoo. Pardon me, madam, I say to the cow.
That's a very rude comment.
No, that's only, pardon me, cow, he says to the woman. That's the rude comment.
That's the even worse one.
Yeah. Oh, what adorable children, I say to the gremlins. Why are you attacking those babies?
I think we need to get Ivan some glasses.
So,
did Fenster say he did know something else, but he was looking for more?
yes,
Was that the impression I got? Okay.
Yeah.
he
Just that he
wants
wouldn't
to
say
get
any more
paid.
without... Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could kill him. People in the Underbridge disappear all the time.
That's an odd way to get information from somebody.
But
I make the face on my token at you.
we're just kidding. That's not really an option. Then I whisper, that's still an option.
I could just pay another 5 gold and hope that somebody else starts chipping in soon.
I tap Vandris and I say, I think we've found everything that we need to find here. But we can come back. We can come back if we decide we need to.
Unless he disappears too.
Right now, my hope is that one of us disappears.
Do you know anything about the disappearances around here? I asked the Fenster.
Yeah, I know all about that.
Oh. Okay.
I changed my mind and contribute 5 gold.
Yeah. Oh, that? He sort of puffs himself up. Oh, that was me. I orchestrated all of that.
What?
Yeah, well, Fenster's moving up in the world, yeah.
I think one of those is in order.
Yeah, he's full of crap.
I was thinking the same thing, except that totally
Logie, you think he's full of crap.
I will say as much.
Alright, you got me. It won't me. I wish it were. But I did see the little blue dwarfies that did do it. I seen them skulking about the alleys in the waterfront.
Blue dwarfs?
Oh yeah, little blue dwarfies.
Can I knowledge check the blue dwarves?
If they start
what
doing
knowledge
the
do
musical
you
number,
have?
I want to know part of it.
Arcana, Dungeoneering, History, and
Roll a
Local.
engineering.
Are they Gilman?
I do not.
No, you're like, I thought dwarves were just regular flesh color. So I'd never heard of that.
This is all new to me.
Oh, okay, hold on.
I ask him to just describe them just well enough so that I think we'd recognize them if we saw them.
Little blue
Peace
daughters,
out.
big eyes, puffy white hair.
I'm actually really thinking Smurfs.
What we need is a crazy guy in a tower. What direction were they going when you saw them? Like, did you see where they were going or where they came from?
No, I ain't see any of that.
I tell him that I would like to purchase some clothing from him.
What? I mean, what?
What?
So you're a fence, right?
They were, Vandrus and Logi recognize you think that they're Darrow.
Aha!
Could they be trading with these slavers?
It's possible Darrow are known to be sort of mad scientists, so they're either trading with slavers or they're abducting people for some sort of experiment.
Okay, well, the slaver angle seems to be stronger now.
What you want to buy Fenster's clothes for, eh?
Not just your clothes. I would like an outfit that can cover what I'm wearing now.
Well, all right. Well, it'll take me a little bit to find something suitable.
I say, all right, I'll be back in a little while with 1 gold. It is my intention, I tell the rest of the group, but not necessarily Fenster. I would like to be abducted tonight.
I'm also going to point out, just for Ivan's information, that it's entirely possible that this clothing he's purchasing will be stolen from somebody. Just, if that changes his mind about where he wants to source his outfit from.
I ponder that, and I turn back to Fenster, and I say, none of this clothing better be stolen.
Or
For that,
Soaked.
I'll pay you 2 gold.
All right. Yeah, no. Fenster won't steal it.
I sense motive.
All right.
Where's my sense motive? There it is.
Yep.
you believe him.
What are you telling me?
Actually, no.
Say,
you
all
don't.
right. Oh, I don't?
No.
I sigh and I say, I tried to give you some legitimate business. I'm gonna go find some clothes.
Fenster won't steal nothing.
I'm gonna go find some clothes. And I walk in.
I still get to keep the gold, right?
I didn't give him the gold yet.
That's a bad.
I said I'd come back with it. Since he said he needed time.
Looks at the rest of you. He'll be back.
If we,
They always come back to old Fenster.
if we have any more or any more questions, we'll be sure to come back and ask.
Yeah, you come back with more shiny bubbles. Maybe Fenster will remember where old Natalia went. Man, I am really messing up these accents. This went too
Oh,
straight.
wait a second. Oh, okay. Actually, just a sec. I thought that was the slaver thing.
There's currently Ivan's theory that the Darrow has stolen her. I was assuming that was everyone else's theory too.
It was, but now he's saying that he knows where she is if we give him enough cash or stuff.
I still say the threat of his life is a reasonable option. but I don't say that to Ivan's face.
I mean,
I'm
we
not
could just
in the
give
room
him the
right
gold
now.
and then kill him.
Oh,
if he
okay.
tells us.
Yes.
Here's 5 more gold.
You guys are no fun. Sometimes,
He's a guy that's down on his luck. I mean, why beat
No,
him
he's
some more?
not. He's made how much money off of us so far?
A legitimate business. I mean, would you rather him be out there stealing stuff and shanking people? And
He's going to be doing that anyway.
yeah.
He
I
sort
don't
of
think
looks
we're
at your
preventing anything.
gold.
Wow, everybody has such a low opinion of humanity. We're not all
I've
that.
lived here like for 100 and something years. I know these people.
I gave him the opportunity to do legitimate business. He turned me down.
I pay him 5 gold.
Well, that's not going to be enough.
It's like 15, 15. Do I hear 20? 20?
What are you looking for, Fenster?
I want at least 100 gold.
100 gold is what you're saying.
The information better be worth it. If it's not, the paladin's not in the room.
I just like say a little bit louder than I maybe would have that we can still kill him.
Yeah, I know
I
this
come back
is.
into the room.
Ivan,
You cannot.
I think we need you
Perception.
to perhaps discuss with Fenster a more reasonable sum for this information.
I do not come back into the room.
Well,
I declare nothing.
I'm getting you
Fenster knows
anyway.
where she is. I saw her skulking.
I go
You
get
gotta
Ivan.
pay me the goods, for I give you the goods.
I come back in with Vandres.
Perhaps you can talk Fenster into lowering the price substantially for his information.
I will attempt to diplome, although Ivan does not believe that he has any more information that is useful.
Is anybody wearing that ring? Did anybody do...
You
We
haven't told
took
us what
it,
it
and I
does.
spellcraft if you didn't tell us what it is.
Oh, I didn't see the spellcraft check.
It was 15.
Oh. You're really
15
gonna make me...
15 plus caster level.
It's 10 plus caster level or 15 plus caster level?
It's caster level the item, but
I mean, it's been some time. I could try again anyway.
Uh,
15 plus caster level.
Yeah. Nope. That's not gonna be enough. Alright.
good enough for a CL10.
Yep. It is a ring of feather falling.
Sweet. That will probably be useful
Yeah.
for
Now, is
someone.
anybody wearing that?
No, since we didn't take time to discuss it, I would think none of us are wearing it. So I don't even know who would be carrying it.
I may have sleight of handed it away from the group.
I mean, we know that it exists.
Yeah. You're not actually keeping an active eye on where it is currently.
So you have it, but we don't. We'll figure that out.
I don't care. You figure it out.
Alright.
wait a minute, isn't the rogue the one that's supposed to be with the one with sticky fingers?
I'm like actually a criminal, so there's that.
Oh, okay. I guess you have a point there.
Alright, I guess you have it then. You have it on?
Orion is wearing the ring, yes.
Alright. I probably don't realize you have the ring.
Okay.
Okay.
So is anybody gonna offer anything to?
Was Ivan
I-
able to talk him down a bit?
I rolled a 22 on my diplomacy, but
Yeah, he's
I
willing
confess.
he's willing to go down to 50.
I confess to the rest of the group that I believe he's jerking us around, and that he is no longer a valid investment of our funds.
Which is why at some point we may ask you to leave the room. For a totally unrelated matter.
I turned because I am not an idiot.
Why don't
I
we
may not
go,
see things.
why don't
but
we go
Go ahead.
why don't we go check out the slaver angle, and if that doesn't pan out, we can always come back.
I agree to leave.
And we can still go
I'm-
talk to your tower girls, too.
I make sure I'm the last
Absolutely.
person to leave this time.
I'm looking forward to that.
All right. So you guys are gonna go looking for the slavers?
Yes, I guess. What? Can we? Does anybody know where slavers might be hanging out?
What time of day is it?
It's just past lunchtime.
Okay. I tell Vandrus if I were a slaver, I wouldn't be terribly available at this hour of the day.
Maybe somebody down at the docks has seen something. You could ask around.
I mean, I imagine Darrows would have to stand out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I will gather info down at the docks and see if anybody knows anything about Darrow or Nidalee slavers.
Ivan is sincerely surprised that Vandrus does not want to go meet with the Tower Girls.
Oh, I absolutely do. You're talking about right now. Well, we need to find out where they are too, right?
I assume that part's relatively easy.
We'll do a lot of information gathering then. Slavers, Darrow, and Tower Girls.
I will likewise attempt to gather the infos.
Actually, does Logie know anything about the gangs where one might find them?
Actually, I should have a.
suppose I can find out.
So yeah, I should have a plus
I'll
one on
check for
that.
as well. Although Logie looks like he's got it covered.
Logie may not know many things, but he knows what's going on locally. Sometimes. He can definitely get you the dinner discounts. He knows where all of the best places to eat are.
The best buffets.
Yes. I mean, if we were not to avail ourselves of the fantastic talents of our fine paladin friend here and his cooking ability.
I mean, we can also always go stay at the Pathfinder Lodge as well.
He won't be abducted there.
This is true. I mean, I imagine I have a house at the under bridge, so like we could try and set a trap maybe.
Okay. What's happening?
You guys are
I'm
talking about what you're gonna do.
not sure we've reached a decision. What should we do then?
Oh,
It's lunchtime. Uh, and we want to find the Tower Girls, and we want to talk to people down at the dock about stuff. Did we get anything out of our knowledge locals and diplomacies and whatnot about what's going on?
Just give me a second. Knowledge locals. All right, you find. Um, you hear a rumor that there's a pickup for a slave run that's been scheduled for this midnight on an old boarded up tavern in the dockway,
ooh.
once known as the Puffy Pelican.
It seems like that might not be a bad idea for a.
What was it called? Puffy Pelican?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds better going there than hoping to get abducted.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we've
it
still got
does.
time to go to the Tower Girls before then, too, I imagine.
Sounds good.
All right. So then, Tower Girls first. Favorite second. Somewhere in the middle. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, let's go find out where the Tower Girls are.
You're looking for a tower.
One with
Girls.
girls in it.
Any tower with girls would just be fine.
Hey, I'm cool with that.
All right. So you're gonna look up the Tower Girls?
Yep.
All right. You begin asking around about the Tower Girls, and you find out that if you want to get... what do you mean, do you come in anywhere?
What?
I've been sitting here for over an hour now.
You're with us, so you can, like, do whatever, I imagine.
Yeah, Helena's been with the group.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have made that clear. I apologize.
That's okay. Sorry
we
to
find
bring
this-
things to a halt there.
No worries.
Do we find these Tower Girls? Or where they are?
You find that no one's seen them in a couple days. They recently just relocated from that old warehouse that Fenster was in.
Oh, okay, so they were all there before.
I thought that was just a shack, but okay.
No, Fenster has a little broken down shack thing in the corner of the broken down warehouse.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I missed it.
Just out of curiosity, where is that warehouse located at? Just for my reference since I'm on the map.
It's Underbridge. It's
Okay.
over here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
somewhere.
it's closer to the water, so it's like there.
And it's kind of curious that they've disappeared as well.
Did they disappear at the same time Natalia disappeared? Natalia's only been missing for what, 3 or 4 days now?
Mm-hmm.
She's been missing
Yeah,
for
you
about
can't have
3
just a
weeks.
whole gang up that
Oh,
disappear.
3 weeks. Okay,
Yes.
never mind.
Oh, 3 weeks. Okay.
Tower Girls have
That's a
just been
difference,
missing for a
okay.
couple of days.
Yes. Make a knowledge local.
No, it's local.
Not my best.
Orion knows that
I don't-
the reason why they're called the Tower Girls is because they hang out in the towers. The support column for the old bridge.
I suggest we
Those
go to
must-
there.
I mean, I guess we could check them out at some point.
Huh.
I don't know a whole lot about these columns, but they're kind of in the middle of water.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any idea what could possibly be inside them? I always thought they would be solid. That's news to me.
They're not solid. But they are usually filled with traps.
Would they be at the ones that are not out in the water? The other pilings?
I mean, it's entirely possible, but it's hard to pinpoint them. They've actually been laying
Well-
low.
Mm-hmm.
You managed to gather a rumor that they're actually searching for one of their members that betrayed them, and so
Okay.
they're laying low so that way she can't smell them coming. You know.
Gotcha.
Huh.
So
Okay.
they're-
I mean, it's worth checking the towers out because they're easy to access than the other ones.
The two on land here, yeah.
Or
Oh,
4.
actually, 4, yes.
We'll need a boat for the other 6. All
And
right.
we're already at the underbridge, so we're pretty close to them
Yeah.
already.
It's true.
We could just pop right into one.
But why would they have been staying at Spencer the Blight's place then?
Because they don't always hang out at towers. That's just when they first started out.
Oh,
They hung out at like the bases of the tower and stuff. Now you're making me look up supplement books.
So I don't know, if it were me, I'd probably be more interested in having a hideaway that isn't frequently used it too often. People tend to find out about things.
Can we take like a 5-minute break?
Yeah,
Sure.
that sounds good.
Okay.
Yep, works for me.
For facilities and everything like that.
Okay.
All right. What? What do you want? No, I'm not playing with my bike right now. What do you want? No. David, you keep bothering me. You're gonna go to the bedroom, okay? So just watch Octonauts.
Anybody else back?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm still learning voices.
I am here. That's Jonathan, aka Loki.
Okay.
I'm back as well. Jerry Seinfeld back.
You really do sound pretty similar to him. It's rather uncanny.
My confession is I'm actually Jerry Seinfeld. I have nothing else to do with my time, and I've decided to start playing Pathfinder.
Just out of curiosity, did you grow up somewhere around, like, New York or New Jersey? Just out of curiosity?
I grew up in Baltimore.
That place is the accent. I actually lived out.
Balmer. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I lived in Jersey for a few years. Bad decision on my part, but that's okay.
What do you want? More cheese?
That's the only response I got. Rainbow.
The more you know.
Someone I actually have to find this movie. I kind of never want to know the context for why Ivan the Terrible is leaning over a miniature car.
Looking like he got caught doing something he shouldn't.
I know that's his expression almost everywhere I see it.
Well, if you were Ivan the Terrible and you ended up in, what was it, the 70s, what would
Yeah,
your expression
1970s.
be? What would your expression be? Other than, what the hell?
Okie dokes, folks.
All right. What's
We're
that?
back with you.
Yep.
I am back.
I'm present.
Do. And then there were two. Make me look up stuff that's not there. Alright. So you guys wanted to investigate some towers, huh?
That seems to be the next step.
plan.
Yep. It's our afternoon.
Okay. Well, calm down. What do you need, son? No, I didn't. Give that to me. Oh, I didn't need to. Alright. Show me what I missed. I already got that spot. It just rubbed off. So, which one of the towers were you going to investigate?
Have we decided on one? I don't think we had. We wanted one of the ones that we could get to by land.
Yeah,
7.
the purple one works. The one that Vander's speaking.
Gecko.
Gecko. We buy insurance.
I'd like to buy theft insurance if I could.
This one is said to be haunted.
Okay.
I'm not sure we want to go to the one that's haunted, do we?
The sides of this iron span piling are carved with well over 1,000 different depictions of leering, clinging geckos. It is the only one that is completely landlocked. It's not touched by the water.
What about 85?
Yeah, the other one looks like it is too.
85 is the harpy. So a little bit higher up.
I guess it doesn't matter.
There's a sculptor that lives there.
Well, we should talk to him.
Slash her.
Her.
No, him slash her.
Oh. We should talk to them.
It. She's gender fluid. It's gender fluid.
Okay.
I don't QI, whatever. Ayava is a talented sculptor who happens to be a hermaphrodite tiefling sorcerer. Sorcerer for the rest.
Vandris is a little bit confused about this.
Yes. As you approach, you see lots and lots of her work visible before walking up to the piling. She seems to be female, and she notices you walk up and asks you if she can help you.
I say yes. We are trying to find, and I look both ways and then lean in closely, the Tower Girls.
I wish you all the luck in the world.
Clearly she saw my diplomacy check. So we were hoping that we were hoping that we might be able to find them here, but
Nope.
perhaps okay. I step aside, let somebody else handle it if they want to.
Are you here to buy a sculpture, or just bother me?
Just to bother you.
Oh, no, not to bother you, my dear.
In that
Absolutely
case, I prefer you leave now.
not. Well, that just...
What kind of sculptures does she have?
Depictions of romantically entwined succubi.
Oh my.
Mostly like beautiful demons. Sort of juxtaposing the evil interior with the gorgeous exterior type of thing.
How much?
Well, the small ones start at $150.
Vandris will take his time perusing the items for sale here. Got to make a good, informed decision.
I'm gonna try to appraise these. I'm kind of curious. I mean, worth-wise, but I'm more checking quality, and I'm still amazed. And probably a little bit horrified at the same time. Anyway.
Yeah, you as a cleric of Shaylin are sort of conflicted about this. Because it's both beautiful and ugly.
Searching for a hotel online?
What was that?
What?
No, but thank you for the offer.
What was that about
I
the
have-
hotel? I was
Um,
waiting to hear more about the hotel.
mhm.
Well, I did have one question actually. I was more curious if you knew anything about the columns that used to to support under bridge.
The Irespan pilings?
Yes.
I know a bit about them, not much.
If that-
This is the only one I've explored.
Explored. So it was hollow inside?
Not hollow per se, but it's like a building or a tower. Very well built. Very dangerous. I had a heck of a time clearing out the initial inhabitants.
What were they?
The initial inhabitants.
Mostly mites. I managed to walk my way into the middle of a hotly contested war between a group of mites and a group of kobolds.
I nod knowingly since we fought those mites before. Oh, yeah.
Yes, the harpy and the gecko are about the smallest of them, from what I've heard. The farther out you go, the larger they are.
Interesting. Well, I do have another question.
Of course you do.
Have you seen anyone hanging around? Anyone's in there out in the water by any chance?
What do you mean?
Well, we're looking for a friend, and we heard that she may be exploring these things, and she's gone missing. We haven't seen her in a few days.
Uh-huh.
So,
Don't know
we got
anything
some
about
friends
that.
Alright. Well, if anybody has any questions, I'm open for
I asked her quickly if she's heard about the Darrow that may be coming out around the city.
No, what are those?
I'm not sure myself either. Anyway. If you would happen any chance to make a statue of, say, an angel, I would be happy to buy it from you.
It's unlikely. That's sort of outside of my repertoire. And I don't really take commissions.
Very well. If no one else has anything, blessings of shade then upon.
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
I do.
Done.
I purchased a statue.
Okay. A small one?
Yes.
It's 150.
Huge one.
Done. Your artwork is remarkable.
I know.
Carefully tuck it into my backpack.
Okay. Well, at least you managed to get something then. What's your next stop?
That was 85.
Yes.
I guess we could just check out 87 again, unless we've already done that.
That's the haunted gecko one.
Do we want to face haunted geckos?
We do have at least a silver dagger, so if there is a, you know.
So what time is it since if we don't find anything, we're interested in going to this slaver hangout, right?
Well, it's dusk now.
It's late already, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't mind to keep going, but I don't want to be out here all night.
Probably want to rest up, I guess, if we're going to be out and about in the evening. I'm getting a bit hungry. We can find a good buffet somewhere.
So now you speak in Ivan's language.
Yep.
But wouldn't Ivan want to be cooking the buffet?
I mean, I'm cool with enjoying a buffet too.
All right. Well, let me. There we go. Let's go find a good all-you-can-eat buffet.
Somebody catch that well done right there as you wrap it up. Well done. Anyway. Alright, so we're going for all you can eats, apparently. We're gonna be out of gold before we're even
We're looking for. We're trying to find a Chinese place.
So do we just want to, after the buffet, just go our separate ways and meet up somewhere before midnight?
Yes.
What are we going to midnight?
Yes, you do.
All right.
Definitely want to split the party.
We're Magnamar.
Totally.
Magnum is not such a safe place.
We
5
can
combats at once.
we could probably find a place to crash and sleep and see if we get stolen from there.
I mean, I've lived
And
here,
if
and
not,
Loki's lived
we'll-
here.
Logie is not comfortable discussing his history in this city. At least not right now.
Fair enough.
But he definitely seconds the opinion that Magnamar is not necessarily the safest place to go wandering alone.
Not like people just randomly disappear off the street.
Come on.
Oh, wait a second.
So what are you guys doing? Splitting up?
No. We're gonna eat. We're gonna nap for a little bit, and then we're gonna go to our slavery meetup.
Slavers Anonymous.
Well, I'm hoping that they're not gonna stay anonymous once we get there.
So some guy stands up, says, "Hi, my name is Gary, and I have a delicious problem."
And I've been kidnapping people in the night, and it's been 3 days. It's been 3 days since I have enslaved a person. Going strong.
3 whole days. I feel like tonight might be the night that I just really let loose, though.
Stuff's been pretty hard lately at work, and so I've been thinking about kidnapping a couple people.
Selling him to some Chilaxian nobles, you know. Just guy stuff.
Just, wet my beak a little.
I just don't understand people who can human traffic once and then stop.
Just... It's like, what, you're only gonna eat one fried potato? Come on now.
All my friends went out kidnapping last night, but I had to tell them no. I have a problem.
People are friends, not property.
I've been going around apologizing to all the people I had kidnapped as part of step 3. It's been difficult to find them all.
So anyway, midnight, right?
Yes.
All right, we're getting way off. So what's next?
I believe
Okay,
Ivan's
you're
mission
waiting.
to get kidnapped is going to be easier by walking into the kidnapper's den and saying, "I'm here, please kidnap me."
That's true. That is another good way to go about it.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's do that then.
Where is this kidnapper hang out?
You have the address. It's all boarded up.
It's probably a Yelp group.
Are you able to move your tokens? Chances are.
Affirmative.
That would be a negative for Logie.
Alright. I'll try and fix everybody's tokens again.
Ooh, I think I can move mine. I can.
I'm going down the row.
I go to a table. I say, I would like to purchase some people. No, I do not say that.
Alright.
Remember, you're supposed to sit in the corner with your back to the wall. The ideal adventurer's tavern would be this giant star where every table was tucked in a corner with the back to the wall.
New business idea for when we retire.
Instead, the
We'll open-
Adventurer's Tavern, it's all corners.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will have chains of them in every city. We'll make millions.
We'll call them
there's nothing really
McVentures.
here except for the odd creak in the floorboards.
Is there patrons?
No, it's an
It's an
abandoned
abandoned
bar-
thing.
tavern.
Yeah.
Oh,
I suggest we try to go downstairs, maybe. Because if the floorboards are creaking, that suggests that they're raised up some. Not just on the ground.
It's
Like the
building
stairs or
settling
something in the
from
corner.
the wind.
Okay.
Ignore those stairs. They lead to nowhere. They've collapsed.
Okay. I will attempt a perception check. It will be comical.
maybe we should wait outside and just sort of case the joint?
Well, do a split approach, I suppose.
I spot some tables in the room.
Logie, and Orion, both hear a voice saying an incantation right before it gets popped up.
Can I spellcraft that?
You
Ah,
can
crap.
make Ivan, Orion, and Logie can make will saves.
Ooh,
Ah, hell.
great! I'm still level 1, so this is gonna suck.
Ouch. Well, I
don't-
crit failed that.
I like
Let's
this figure.
see.
It's nice knowing you guys.
And that was how we died.
Logie has time to mutter a single crap
Woo!
in Elven.
All right. So, the good news is that Ivan made his save.
Yeah!
The bad news is that
Is that-
Orion is now blind and there's a token for blind. There, that'll just be asleep. So he's asleep and blind.
I'm an elf. You can't put me to sleep with
So you're
magic.
just blind. So not asleep. Good to know.
Hooray!
Same for Logie. You guys are both elves?
Yes.
Okay, so you're just blind.
Yay! Everybody's blind, but awake.
Why did it suddenly get dark?
I mean, you kind of do go to taverns to get blind, so there is that.
I respond to this with my axe.
Alright, so, initiatives. Hold on, let me clear out the initiatives.
Oh.
Whoops.
That's okay. I'll just
Do it again.
add turn.
Are you ready for us to
Yep.
initiate? Oh wow! I rolled something.
Wow, I finally get a decent initiative, and I'm blind.
I get to fight. I don't know what that is. What is it? I get. He looks friendly.
It's crazy dude.
Yeah. What's with the duty face? What?
Okay, so this seems like as good a time as any to be continued.
Dun dun
So,
dun.
blind people
What's
are
his
blind.
initiative?
And that's that for now. My wife just pulled up, and it's 8 o'clock, so
All right.
we're gonna
Next
we're gonna
time
call
on-
it. And next time on the adventures of those guys, we will
Smash things.
Yep.
Oh, he's a 5 foot step away, and I have power attack.